Let's do a wee zoom in a bit. Is that better? Yeah, it's better. Let's have a look tidy. Well, nobody here just now, but if you're looking in later, that is my proper channel, if you can see it. I'll say it's my proper channel, it's my main channel. Mountains and music. Oh goodness, mountains and music. Mm. Mm. Hello, anybody looking in? Animal subs, how you doing? Messing about in the greenhouse. How are we this Saturday evening? Everyone all right? My favourite mug, a nice size. Oh, it was a picture and the sound. Oh, we've got people saying, chatting in. Brilliant. I love when people chat in. Oh, who's there? Tricia Hen. Hi, Tricia Hen. And Vic Alden. Yep. Well, I'm just making a couple of videos. And Eric R. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for leaving a wee chat thing. Do me a favour, say where you're looking in from. I always love to know that people are looking in from all over the world. It's brilliant when I see that. So if you're looking in from exotic places like the USA or the Philippines or Australia or wherever, I do me a favour, just say, UK, yay, distant UK. Well, you know where I am, I take it. Maybe you don't. And Canada, brilliant. I've got a few subscribers from Canada. and a few from the US, and one from Australia, and so on. Oh, get a new subscriber. Yay. Who's that? Groted 3131. Thank you. That's brilliant. That's lovely. Can I show you something? Can I show you my other channel? Just while you're there. There, something I prepared earlier. There's my proper channel, my main channel. This is the channel that I just do anything that I fancy on, basically. The other channel, my main one, is that one, at Terry McGeary Scotland. And if you Google for Terry's Travels Scotland, you'll probably find it anyway. And I'm looking for more subscribers for that one. That's the one where I do hiking. So I go up the Scottish Mountains, we check out routes for a club, which I'm in, which is East Kilbride Hiking Club. And yeah, we just check the routes out. So every week, pretty much, we're doing either a whole hike, if it's a circular, or half a hike. No one can read it. Thank you, Max. How is that closer? But is it backwards? Is the writing backwards? Maybe it's backwards. And got something on the back of it, otherwise I'd try and shine a light through it. Sorry about that. I'll leave a link, right? Much appreciated. Yeah, back to front. Yeah. Thank you. I should have realised that. I'll leave a link. Okay, sorry about that. I'll leave a link. And you can find your way to it. Yeah, at Terry McGeary Scotland. Or if you've got a mirror handy, if you have a mirror handy, afterwards you can always look at it in the mirror. Yeah. I'll get another one. Thank you. Well, a fort. That's pretty good. Trisha Hen, you were in UK, you said, weren't you? I have to slide down to see. Yeah, I know it's anyway, a fort. Is this for kids fort? And in Canada. And Shell and McAnally in Ireland. Yay, I love Ireland. Half of my relatives are in Ireland. I used to go there every year until I was about 11 or 12, which is a few years ago now. But yeah, I used to go every year for holidays on a farm in County Tyrone. Yeah, love it. Love the accent too. Thank you very much, Mr. Dees, Dr. Snoop. Oh, yeah, David Attenborough. Yeah, somebody compared me to David Attenborough a couple of years ago when I was in Glasgow shopping. And I went into a outdoor shop, and I just happened to be, I had my floppy khaki-coloured hat. I think I had a waistcoat on maybe as well, because I had all my camera gear in various pockets. And I think it was shorts, khaki-type shorts as well. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, a chap who was a shopper said to me, "Oh, hey, sir, I like your style," or something like that. I like your style, you know. And I thought he was going to say David Attenborough, but I think he said it was Bill Oddie or something like this, which is not quite the same style. But yeah, I could see where he was coming from. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Excellent. I love that. That's good for kids to do. Yeah. There's a tree house not far from here, because when I drive out to a wind farm, which is not far from us. Hello, Elmo. Thank you for looking in. Where are you looking in from, Elmo? There's a wind farm not far from us. And when I go up there, there's a tree house. and it matches the actual house very well. The actual house is, if I remember, it's almost Tudor look, English Tudor style with black painted woodwork and white painted stone, that kind of thing. And the tree house is pretty similar. It's all black and white, exactly the same. I thought, what a great place. Do you ever find you get question and answer things coming up? I'm getting this question and answer that wants me to post for people to click answers to, which I think is a bit of a nuisance, saying, do I want to eat the pizza crust or the middle of the pizza first? Who cares? Anyway, so I will put a link to my main channel. Thank you very much to those who've clicked to join this channel. Very, very appreciated. I don't go here very often, I'll confess, but I do. If I want to do gardening, greenhouse work, yeah, I would do something from here. But I'm in here because I thought it was time that I did a little live stream to this channel and say hello to my subscribers. I haven't got too many on this channel, but I'm getting more obviously today because people are subscribing to it. So thank you for that. It's very much. I'm trying to drag more attention to my other channel, which is about hiking. And this is my hiking hat. I don't know if you've ever had one of these. I think you can be lucky or unlucky with them. Hi, Scott. That's one of my subscribers, one of my friends, Scott of Scott's Land channel. Make sure you have a look at his. If you like live streams, Scott's Land is great because very often going into work in Glasgow in the morning, he will live stream on his way into work and show you all sorts of interesting things. Yeah. So yeah, say hello to Scott. Yeah, great YouTuber. Stick this hat back on again. Yeah, no, I won't. I was saying you can be lucky with these. I got this one as a present, I think. Oh no, I bought this one. Bought this one. And the light, you charge it up, the light lasts about a minute, then it's gone. So I took it out and I'm going to get another light. You can get these lights for about £5, $5, I suppose, approximately each online. So I should really buy a couple. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, one of my friends said, oh, I've got some of those at home, I'll bring you one in. But I haven't got it yet. Yeah, thanks, Scott, for that. Yeah, we do. I do a lot of live streams. We've done many collabs together, Scott and I, in various bits of Scotland. So if you have a look at Scott's channel, you'll probably see a link to mine somewhere on his. But I'll leave you a link to this one somewhere. Unless Scott's got one handy. If Scott's got one handy, you can always stick it in a comment. I don't know if that's possible. Stick it in the chat if you actually have a link to mine. I was trying to show people at Scott, but I'm told that it's back to front. So I should have thought that one out better. I should have made it opposite writing in some way. Never mind. I can leave a link at the end. Why not? You've got a lot of hikes. Yeah. Canadian hikes. Yeah, actually, I've got a lot of easy hike. In fact, I'll show you one of the reasons I came here tonight was to show you a book which I picked up. I'm going to show you it, and it's all going to be back to front, isn't it? I should have brought a mirror to reflect it into you. I'll tell you what it says. It says 100 hill walks around Glasgow. And I can't, the, I don't know, I need to read you the rest of it, I can't read it backwards. The Essential Guide to Hill Walking in Central Scotland by John Chalmers. So yeah, that's the one. And I've already done one of them. Let's see, I'll show you what it's the style of the book inside. It's got maps, fairly basic maps, but yeah, it's quite good. Just really what you want. In fact, I'll show you. I discovered when I picked it up that I'd actually done a bit of it already. But the club and I have done already in the past this walk here, going up to a thing called the Hwangi. It's not too far from Glasgow. And the other one I did just last during the week was, where is it? Not that one. Not this one either. Where is it? Glenfalloch is where we were. Let's see. Glen. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see if I can find it. Not that one. Not that one. I'm pretty sure that when I look at this in detail, I'll find many walks that I've already done. Or, well, I've done bits of anyway. Yeah, I've done that one in the Kilpatrick Hills, at least twice. Aberfoyle area. Oh, Crean Larrick. Use Crean Larrick. Wow. Oh, that's the one we did. Yeah, it's a very one. We did that one. As far as you're concerned, we did that in reverse. Oh, Jurassic Forest. Yeah, so we did this one. We went up Glenfalloch, up that way there, past the forest. And that was a bit that killed me. That almost killed me. It's taken me a few days to recover from that, to be honest. Yeah, so that's one. So I'm trying to read these things. So, MRMRK, yeah, I'm looking to, I live in the Jurassic Coast, and I've done most of the walks here. Be nice to change it up a bit. And Scotland's on your list. Yeah, I should be. Yeah, you probably have to agree with Scott on that, the West Highland Way. And what we did on Tuesday, actually, it was partly on the West Highland Way. It's a very popular 96-mile long-distance hike. It goes from just on the outskirts of Glasgow, a place called Milngavie, which is almost Glasgow, all the way up to Fort William. And it's one that loads of people do. If you look at my other channel, you'll see there's a live stream and a few other shots and remixes and whatnot taken from that video. And part of that is on the West Highland Way. And one of the shorts I think that I've done there's a whole squad of people. There must have been about 30 or 40 youngsters walking up a bit of the West Highland Way. It's really popular. You know, there's lots of other walks all over Scotland, but that's one that lots of people do. It's quite doable. Do it out with the height of the summer, preferably, I think, because the height of the summer, there are many insects around called midges, which you might know about. They're much smaller than mosquitoes, but they're equally annoying and 1,000 times more numerous, and clouds of them at times. So if you're unlucky, you end up with all the midges following you, and it's miserable. You know, you have to have a mask thing on, a hood on to keep the midges off you, or you have to wear lots of cream. So going at the cooler times of the year before the midges start. When would you say Scott's still there? Yeah. And you can have transport links. Yeah, follow Scott's advice there. So if you're well minted, if you've got plenty of money, you can do it stage by stage and spread it over, 4 or 5 days or 6 days, as long as you want, really. But somebody else will carry your luggage on to the next destination. So yeah, that's one to do. But there's the West Highland Way. Else was I going to ask you about, Scott? You can camp as well if you're doing it, but again, depends. Yeah, the time of year, I was going to say, when would you think would be a good time to do it, Scott? You wouldn't maybe want to do it from end of June. Well, again, depends how you are about insects. From end of June up to maybe end of September or beginning of September. That's going to be the warmest one. That's when there'll be beasts like that around. After that, they die down and you have it to yourself after that. But it's spectacular. Yeah, search it out. There's also the Rob Roy Way. We've done lots of the Rob Roy Way, which is crossing bits. There's a Southern Upland Way as well. We've done bits of that as well. If you look at my channel, my other channel, you'll see bits of all of those. We do walks in the Southern Uplands, walks in the Pentlands. Uh, Fairly recently, we did a coastal walk on the Fife Coastal Walk. Is a nice one. What else have we got? So Rob Roy Way. You can go over to the islands, and yeah, cold weather, perfect. Frosty is better, snowy is better, even. But don't underestimate it. There are some bits of it are trickier than not, Scott. Going up the side of Loch Lomond is one of the parts which you think would be easy because it's walking up the side of the lake, but it's there are lots of trees and you're climbing up and down over tree roots. You think, well, that sounds fun. It's not. It's it's fraught with danger if it's wet. But yeah, yeah, go to proper campsites. I think the group we passed by on Tuesday during the week there, I think they were camping as well. Somebody coming down after them that we met had said, yeah, he had seen them packing up and they had kind of overtaken them on the walk. Yeah, it's okay. It'd be all right camping at this time of year if you don't mind roughing it a bit. But if you can afford not to rough it a bit and just have a bed and breakfast or somewhere, that'd be nice. And you've camped it. It's okay. You just have to bring your stuff. You brought all your stuff in your bike, did you not, to do it? So, yeah, it's a way to do it. So there we are. So, yeah, well, it's nice to have people looking in. Thank you very much for joining me. Wow, can you hear that wind? quite disconcerting when I look over to my right. Wait till I show you who's looking at me from over here. Ready for this? What do you think about that? Like the eyebrows. Yeah, isn't it? It was, I don't know how many years ago now. It's probably about 10 years ago or something. I was in a garden centre with my sister, walking around. I think we had lunch. And as we walked around through the garden centre, I said, "Oh, I love that." And I think by the time we got back to the car, she said, "Here you are." She bought it for me. It's great. It's lost a bit of its natural colour, but I love the way it's weathered. It was outside, but I live next to a primary school, and this was hanging on the fence. And I was slightly worried that the kids might destroy it. Yeah, they definitely wouldn't. I should hang it up somewhere a burglar might come into the garden. Uh, I may have to start. The moss has always grown naturally on it over the years it was outside. I decided to bring it indoors. I thought it deserved it. Nice. A soundbar behind it. Give it a nice grumble, that's a thought. Chase the cats from the garden. The paper bag, just eat. Just eat, it says. It's there because it's full of seed heads from plants. And it's hanging up the greenhouse just to let them dry. So, so yeah, one of my favourite keepsakes from Marie, my sister. Gosh, I keep thinking something's going to collapse in on me here. Every time the wind gusts, checking I've actually got all the pins in. So yeah, so anyway, so I thought I'll tell people, I'll say hello to people, thank them for looking in, try to guide them towards my other channel, show them what I bought today, and that's one thing I bought today. You can't read it. It's a ordnance survey map of Falkirk and West Lothian. And when I was a kid, I was growing up just about where my finger is on that. And I got this because it's dated something like 1972. Ordnance survey maps have to be dated. Something to do with knowing how far the magnetic north has changed over time. Yeah. So that blue bit is the Firth of Forth, and that's where the river Forth moves out into the North Sea. Into the North Sea, going that direction. Going that direction. And I got it because some things don't change. That Firth of Forth estuary is still where it always was, and the towns along the side of it. But I also got it because some things do change. And when I was a kid, let's see where I lived. When I was a kid, I used to live in a place called East Calder. And I can show you where East Calder is. Try and find it on the map. Where are we? Albeit Bill's Quarry. Yeah. So I used to live there, East Calder. And there's a place nearby called Oak Bank. And on the map, you can see little buildings where Oak Bank was, and it was an old mining, shale mining village. And you can see all little buildings on there just as it was. But if you go to Oak Bank now, it's gone. It also used to have a large waste tip of shale, pink shale from the shale mining. When they make the shale, they used to roast it and it turned pink, and then just made massive hills out of it, which a lot of people like to get used to their hills. And yeah, they were just part of the background to where they lived. But I think even the shale, well, has the shale gone? Some of the shale has gone, some of the hills have gone, they knocked them down a bit, and now they've planted them over. So that they planted nitrogen producing plants there, like clovers, vetches, those kind of things. And then those gave way to bushes and then you put trees in. And so now there's like forests over hills and you would hardly know what was there before. But it used to be a thriving but small shale mining town called Oak Bank. And Oak Bank is history, you know. So I thought I'll get that little map and I'll just, maybe one day I'll go back over there. It's about an hour's, less than an hour's journey through. I might go back, maybe fly the drone over. That'd be an idea. And compare it to how it used to be on the map. Because we used to walk there, cycle there as kids. There's a river going past not far away called the Lynn House, which we called the Lennies. The Lennies or Lynn House. We didn't know it was called the Lynn House at the time. We just called it the Lennies. And we used to swim occasionally down there. But yeah, the river I'm sure is still there. But yeah, this little village, all its little houses, gone. But yeah, maybe. So that's what I thought. I might just do that. Yeah, maybe one day in the summer. Through a relive my youth. Oh, long before I was. Just thought I'd mention it. The world's best granddad. You know, just thought I'd drop that in. All right. So what else? So there's that map. And what else did I find? I also found. I told you about that. Okay. Oh no, I didn't tell you about this one. This one is illustrated poems of John Betjeman, who was the poet laureate at one time. All right, so illustrated poems. And I got that because I do art, and there's a little art group that some of us have, a wee art club in a way, and we have a cup of coffee. There's no art classes on, for example, during the summer. We'll meet up and we'll have a few coffees in the morning, spend 2 or 3 hours talking nonsense, and maybe even do a bit of sketching while we're there. Very arty. We were thinking of all having berets. Only one was, two of them had berets. I haven't managed to get a beret yet. Yeah, a bit of fun. So I saw that today. I thought, people might like this because it's illustrated. The poems are, I think, okay as well. I'll read a few of the poems. I don't read a lot of poetry, but one of us, Jane, is particularly good at drawing little places like that. She's great with these things. So that, for example, is a ink and watercolor wash drawing. But inside, there's a whole lot of things. If you want to know what John Betjeman looked like, if you don't know the gentleman, he looked very like that. And it doesn't matter that he's back to front because he looked much the same on both sides, apart from a little mole on his cheek. But yeah, good thing about that is if you look at it closely, how many lines does it take to catch the character of the guy? I mean, I don't have them counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 15 or 16 lines, and the artist has managed to capture the spirit of the guy, the look of the guy. Because I look at it, I thought, yeah, that's John Betjeman. And then you add in a bit of colour just for fun, and that's him. Pretty good. So anyway, that cost me princely sum of £2.99, and it's full of other illustrations also. If you're into doing buildings, again, a lot of care taken with that, a lot of detail, lots and lots of bricks. I'm not a huge fan of doing that kind of sketching and painting because of it's laborious doing all of that. But one of us also is very good at doing all of this kind of thing. Michael in the group is good at. He does a lot of kind of fantasy type stuff. Can you imagine that he would lend himself to this, I think, too. Yes, I thought Scott doing a wee bit of that as a little extra. It would need to be a pretend, because I don't think it's that easy doing this kind of thing outdoors. I did try a bit at the wind farm, and it was, I mean, that is quite good. I mean, a lot of that, it's painstaking doing all the deck lines and so on. The paint bit is nothing but all the detail there. So I'm guessing this was done a lot bigger and then reduced for the book, because it is very detailed. But some stuff I think is quick and fairly easy if you're in the mood like that. Which is Greenaway. I don't know where Greenaway is, but that's Greenaway. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so that one, and that one. Okay, so that's three things so far. What else have I got? Oops, try to touch the screen here, shouldn't bother. And that one. And the other things I got were, lost them. Oh, here we are. Was this one here. Nice and glassy for planting. I'm wondering maybe a cactus in it. Makes it safer for the kids if I've got a cactus in there and they don't do that, then they deserve to get jagged. And maybe this one here, which is a lot bigger. And this could become a terrarium with a few insectivorous plants in, of which I have a few that survived the winter. Sundews, so I could have a little bed of moss in there, some sundews, maybe a Venus flytrap, something like that. So that one cost me £4. So I was quite pleased with that. And those were purchased in charity shops in a place called Clarkston, which is 10 minutes ride down the road in the car. We went by bus to conserve diesel, since it's becoming a little bit tricky, the price of fuel these days. So, here we are. So that's about it. How's your day been, Scott? That was basically all we did today. Lunch in Clarkston, but shopping on the way back. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to go back in. It's starting to get a bit colder in here now. The sun is gone. And yeah, that's about all. So I need to bring that. Bring my useless piece of paper with the channel name on it, which is the wrong way around. Bring my PigTech holder, which can hold, theoretically, will hold the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 or 3 stuck in there, but that's far too dangerous. It would fall out and your phone sits in there. It's very good for holding the phone. A bit rubbish for holding your Pocket 2, I'm afraid, so I wouldn't trust it. Tripod. That. I'll check my plants before I go, just to make sure they're still okay. It's really only the insectivorous ones that I need to worry about. The succulents have survived the winter fine. These other ones, I don't know very well they're doing. Possibly not that well. Well, sundews are doing all right. Pitcher plants, maybe not so good. Okay. I think that's about it. So, da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee. I'll turn the camera around. It's better. Do-do-do-do. Right, nothing else left. Okay, so it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him. Thanks, Tricia. Thank you. Thanks for looking in and contributing. That's brilliant. I'll try and leave a link somewhere, but you can look up Terry's Travels Scotland and you might find me there. You can sub for more exciting live streams from up hills. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your evening. I'm going to have some TV time and maybe edit a little bit more stuff before dinner. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Bye, Scott, if you're still there. Are you still there? Don't know if he is. Cheers, Scott. Enjoy your Sunday.